two teams moving down in towards factory. Only one team dropping on the side of Test Track. So if you ever wondered whether or not the teams were going to look to get a bit aggressive here today, I think we have our answer. It is a definite yes, as they are not wasting any time getting right down to business, looking to see just how they can look to secure those points. And of course, the best way to do it is to get aggressive, right? To enable those eliminations. And then all you got to do is maybe look to add a side order of placement points to it.
Absolutely. Vampire Sports getting aggressive. They have 2 elimination points already in the backpack. This time around, it's Lazarus with 2 points. You know, we have seen 1 or 2 players of Vampire Sports stepping up in every other fight. It's either Lazarus or Miola. But look at the kill feed. There's another fight. In fact, 2 more fights going on. It's Nyx versus ASX side and C1. So ASX is down to the last 2 players. They're gonna revive their players, and Iron is gonna take a fight. It's a close range 1v1, but Iron will be taken down, and now it's a 1v3 situation. But wait a second, Frenzy will pick in the kill feed, and in the meantime, Luck will find ASX side. Seems like Luck is not in the favor of ASX side, and Luck is with Nyx. That's the reason why they have 4 elimination points, and ASX side is done and dusted.
That's also why they have a player with that name, right? Just to ensure that wherever they go, Luck is with them. Now, it's going to be Frenzy getting taken on down as Atomic locks it in. Champions getting us. They are going toe-to-toe with the players here from Viper KO. Now, if DRS is going to use today as their comeback moment, they're going to have to double down on that aggression. Can't let that knock come through as JD now gets confirmed, and out they go. DRS down to a solo, definitely putting them quite on a heavy back foot. And we've already seen 2 teams getting taken out.
Absolutely, Vampire Sports pushing on the last two players and confirming those elimination points. It's Boom versus Nexter Esports, and what a third party by Boom Esports. They didn't allow Nexter Esports to settle down, but here comes another elimination. Not just 1, 2, or 3. We're seeing 4th team probably leaving the lobby, and that is DRS this time, because Warpix KO, they have decided to push forward, and what a beautiful play by them. Team Ace, because every player managed to get 1 elimination point. But here comes another fight. It's Vampire versus Wayne Donkeys that we were talking about. There was a 3-way deadlock. It was Talon versus Vampire versus Wayne Donkeys. After eliminating 1 team, Vampire have decided to charge on another. But wait a second, it's BTR versus Viper XKO going on, because BTR, they also decided to make a third party. Everywhere, wherever we go, there is a team who is deciding to do a third party, and this time around it's BTR.
Yeah, it's good for them. Yesterday they showed quite a bit of that capability, getting super aggressive. Now it's going to be Optimus stepping through with the S12K, doing a little bit of cleanup. Now Vampire K5. So let's see if they can carry that torch a little bit further. I like what the zone was doing, though. Very centered up zone, so it is going to allow the teams great flexibility as to how they want to look to play out strategies. They don't have to stress too much about rotations, unless, of course, it's the 3 squads that we saw dropping all the way up in towards that northeastern side of the zone. But for now, it is going to be you, Lee, now just being played out. Yulin, a good spot to play through. Usually even, Yulin, when you come in here, it's always exciting to see kind of just, you know, in normal general gameplay also, what a contested place this is. So it makes sense to see the more experienced teams finding their way in here as well. Bumblebee, just trying to shake off a little bit of that water, sneaking forward. Talha and Too Good. Yeah, well, they have to be very good if they want to survive here. Whoa. It can't be running into a spray.
Absolutely. Warpix KO realized the same thing. But BTR, slowly and steadily, they're trying to close in. They're giving no room to Warpix KO for survival. The situation is a 2v4, I guess. Yeah, the utilities are going to come in. You got to watch out for those grenades. The position is compromised. Bumblebee coming in with a beautiful grenade. Warpix KO have no room to play, and what a beautiful grenade by Bumblebee. It's gonna take one down. Now a 1v4 left for Tala to do, but Bumblebee will be like, no, I'm not gonna let you live for another second. Once again, you know, all the players of BTR were trying to get that elimination number confirmed, but Bumblebee from the ground floor, he was like, I'm not gonna let anyone get this kill. This is my kill. I have to get it. And that was a beautiful grenade. But on one side, it's Boom Esports M getting 3 elimination points. Some heroic performances are also there from Boom Esports.
Yeah, I mean, Bumble was buzzing, so good to see that play. Now, Boom
Yeah.
already coming through with 3 eliminations and 3 players. M doing all the hard work right here so far, securing themselves a very good play, but it's always exciting up in Stadium. Now, how are they going to look to rotate back in towards that next zone? Fortunately for them, they don't have to go too far. All the way back in Test Track, though, it is going to be a slightly different situation. D Xavier starting the match with a 3-piece, getting a knock and a confirmation secured on their player is going to put them on a very difficult footing here as they now try to climb their way back. It is going to be Levi and Dockel, but down goes Levi's as well. So Dockel now with all that expectation riding on them. RRQ absolutely relentless as they move on forward, but that is exactly what Dockel can handle. A quick opportunity to get themselves patched up as RRQ looks to restrat and just wrap around. But this could be that same moment. Now, Dockel needs to be very cautious here. Lapar is going to move in as well. And as we know, Lapar, very aggressive, has been one of our MVPs for a while now. But the nade is getting cooked. Ooh, it's dangerous here in the fuel station. Fortunately, that nade is not going to do too much to anyone or anything. At least not for now. But here comes the cleanup crew, and that is it. D Xavier. Out they go. 2 eliminations up, and RRQ sitting quite comfortable into a good position. I was thinking about what you were saying about the winner chicken dinner, right? If Boom was going to try and get their hands on that victory, they might not get the winner chicken dinner, but they maybe walk away with a drumstick or a wing or something, right? They might have a little bit of something coming. I don't know. We'll find out once we get into those later few stages. But for Boom to clutch it wouldn't be impossible. It's not going to be outside the realm of possibility. If they want to get that done, Rando, I think, is one of the few maps in which you could potentially pull off a strategy like that, utilizing the terrain, the buildings, but it's all going to rely quite heavily on where that zone is going to be taking us. Same 9, though. I was talking about them, having a really good day yesterday. They were just super consistent with regards to play quite a bit of a risky angle.
Absolutely, but Bandit Esports coming up against RRQ, although RRQ already lost 2 players, so it's going to be a good fight. An easy fight indeed for Team Boom Esports. But here comes the first grenade. Is he going to find someone? The answer is a big no, but Lapar with a beautiful counter grenade. He's also trying to get some players knocked out. RRQ, now that they have fallen back from this situation where it was not a 2v4 but a 1v4, as on Erangle's map, it was RRQ was in front of them. So they probably have an idea that how Team RRQ plays. But wait a second, Tensky, how can you make such a stupid peek? But Tensky got punished. But on the back of it, some saviors of Team Bandit Esports are also there. Sem9 trying to do a third party in all this fight, and RRQ is receiving all the damage.
Yeah, it's an interesting spot that we are looking at here. I mean, Lapar and their teammate needs to be rather cautious, looking to push. They have had the opportunity to get that knock going, but now they got to follow through. Sanchir is there, so it's not going to be an easy clap as, well, Lazarus experiences that firsthand. Now we got to see that double down come through, right? Vampire need to bring in the defensive angles. It is now Mula keeping up that front line, and the rest of Skyfall's also going to come swinging in hot.
Absolutely, Skyforce, they're gonna revive the teammate. Riley is bleeding out, but on the other side, a beautiful knockdown by Sanchir is gonna take down 1 on Vampire. Riley is getting revived. The smoke is here. Smokes are popping in, but Vampire, look at the map. They have decided to charge in. They know that the revivals are gonna be there. And look at those beautiful grenades on IC5. Riley will be taken down by Kanto. And once again, a fallback should be there because 1 player up against 3 player. Not a good idea by Skyforce, and Sanchir giving some cover to his teammate. But Skyforce, they gotta regroup. They gotta be together in this fight if they want to take this fight. But I think a fallback should be the call out from Team Skyforce side. They don't want to get in this fight where they are on a disadvantage. And I mean, it's outside the zone. Why would you fight here? It's not needed. It's not necessary. It's not the last zone. We still have 4 more stages to go. 5.
Yeah. You don't want to give up before you've even gotten to it, right? You want to keep that momentum going. So let's see if they can pull that one off. XKF, beautiful jump shot, landing the hits right into the side of Puzzle. But now the pressure is going to be relying solely on XKF to see if they can clutch this one out. Bandit looking to rush a little bit further forward. Hokia, who we've also seen play a few phenomenal games, now looking to get themselves mobilized. But Sem9 Still waiting in the wing. Boom also coming in for their share of the carnage. So how's this one gonna pan out? I mean, I think for Bandit, there was a bit of an opportunity to get that some of the pressure alleviated from their shoulders, as we did see 7-9 holding up behind them. RRQ now, they are going to be using this opportunity to kind of just try and play a little bit of that vulture game, right? Waiting for the rest of the teams to do what they need to so they can come in and try and secure a few additional eliminations, maybe steal those points away. I mean, whatever strategy works for them, good to go. But whatever they do, they have to lock in.
Absolutely, but Wayne Donkeys, look at them in the kill feed. They're trying to take down the players of BTR one by one. I mean, 4 eliminations to the name. BTR is looking more promising than ever. But are they going to continue their domination? Or is it going to be Wayne Donkeys who will shut you down? Bandit still in that fight. 2 eliminations to the name. But look at Optimus once again coming hot in on Wayne Donkeys, taking down Potato. Reezy Block is going to find Gearsler. It's not looking good for Wayne Donkeys. They have been surrounded. The last man standing. In fact, the last 2 players, it's Zeta and Rizik. They're trying to deploy the hard cover. And it's not gonna work out. But wait a second, Reezy Block, who was knocked and finished. Optimus with a beautiful grenade. It's a 1v2 situation. In fact, it's a 1v1. Wine Donkeys, the survival depends on Zeta. And here on BTR, the survival is on the shoulders of Optimus. But here comes another beautiful grenade by the third party from either side. It's not looking good. It's Wine Donkeys, they're losing their players to the zone. But BTR, there's going to be another third party.
Yeah, Sem9 now figuring that, they might as well go onto that back end. As you can see, Haikyuu and the rest now starting to mobilize up. They come, spotting out a bit of an angle up to that northern side. That, of course, is going to be one of our few remaining players coming in from Boom Esports. But now, it is going to be go time as Sem9 get ready to strike. Not quite sure if Voin Donkey is going to be able to bounce back from this. It is Potato and Razak, or Zeta and Razak, that are going to be the final 2 survivors here. Optimus, this is a good play because now they get the opportunity to reset, right? It alleviates a little bit of that pressure, takes the focus off them, and they can look to maybe capitalize on a few of these angles. So Yumiko and the rest of the Sem9 squad now trying to take a little bit more of a divided approach here. They've got 3 players right here on the edge. Down they go. No, boom, out they are. 3 eliminations or 3 points to their name. Not too bad of a finish. Not a bad start to the day. Now Sem9 coming in for cleanup. It's going to be Tryout and Haikyuu. Up they come. That hard cover definitely going to be advantageous for them to utilize as they now turn their focus towards Optimus. Not before taking down Voin Donkey. So the eliminations starting to stack up. Sem9 looking like they now are absolutely focused, but Optimus using this opportunity, this moment of silence, to get themselves a little bit closer to that zone.
Absolutely, Sem9, what a brilliant third party. They have 6 elimination points, and I mean, every time when it was a third party from Sem9, they were making it so confidently, and you know, they never lost a single player in any third party. We were talking about this yesterday as well, that whenever there's a third party, it's always Sem9. It's always Sem9 who finds their ways. They look for the teams who are fighting with each other. They never look for some players or some squads who are alone. That's the reason why they're on top once again as BTR. Now that they have the last man standing, it's a chance for Sem9 to double down the points and maybe increase the lead that they have from BTR. Sem9 Sotria trying to spot the players in a long range spray. But yes, he will connect some bullets. He's not going to be able to take down the player. VP Zeta. In fact, VP Xerox. Is that Xerox? I don't know. Whoever the player is, he is definitely thinking about something else. His focus is not quite there. He's not trying to survive. It's Zane or Zene. But why would you push towards the spray? I mean, he needs to answer me. Why would you do this? That was a mistake. But Sem9, the other players are getting closed in. A beautiful grenade by Yumeko. It's gonna leave Vampire to the last man standing. And now a beautiful rush is also coming in. Kanto is the last man standing. Look at Team Sem9. They're just going all in. And one more elimination.
Q also still pretty relentless. Halal Axotron also now trying to make a bit of a dash as they come flying forward. The zone is going to be blessing the players from Bandit as they are now right in the middle. And this is now a sticky situation because
Going in, Mad Cat was spotted by Satria, and this player is always doing the heavy lifting, always coming in with some beautiful knockouts and giving the advantage to his team.
Well, Magistrate going out to Satria, but let's see what the rest of the crew is going to do on the front line. This roadway is proving as a nice bit of coverage here now for Halal Axatron, but it's not going to be sufficient as Hitman goes down, and that is the end of the road for them. Not a single elimination.